said, if you do me a favor, the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and cross out 11:30 and replace it with 12:05 for December 5th. We are not going to follow all the directions. It says solve each equation, then use the additional space to check your answer using substitution. We are not going to do that up here. So we are just going to simply solve each equation, okay? So this is from the notes that we took on Monday and finished up yesterday. So anytime we solve the equations, we always draw our line. This time we are going to circle multiple variables. So according to our notes, the first thing that I'm going to do is simplify each side of my equation. On my left side, I can't really simplify the -1. It's by itself, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that down. But on my right side of my equation, or my line of equality, or on my equal sign, I have various groups of numbers. So I need to simplify those. But I'm going to have to do it in a particular order. When I go to simplify an equation with multiple variables, what's the first thing that I do? Every single one of you guys should know this answer because you have your note sheets in front of you. Distribute. So when I go to distribute, I'm going to look and find a number in front of a group of parentheses that I can multiply together. Where do I see that here? What am I going to distribute here?
2 and 4. We're like F, right? I don't know, never mind.
Okay, anybody want to help? Kind of right. Anybody want to help them out? What am I going to distribute here? No. I'm not going to use this 4 to multiply. Why wouldn't I use this 4? Because it's not what?
In the parentheses.
Or not in the parentheses, but it's not
Outside.
touching the parentheses, right? What number is touching my... Yeah. So we're going to use that -3 to distribute. So we're going to use -3 to distribute to both of the numbers inside of my parentheses. So that 4F, I'm not doing anything with it right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that down so I don't forget about it. So I'm going to bring that 4F down, and then I'm going to distribute. So what's -3 times 2F? Don't forget your F. Then I'm going to take and distribute -3 times what? Which would be +9. Good. After I distribute, the next part of my notes say that I need to do what, Jalen? Oh, sorry, you don't have that part of your notes. After I distribute, what do we need to do, Damon? No. Well, say it again. Combine like terms. Not because it's not always going to be pairs. In this particular one, but the 9 doesn't have a pair. So combine like terms. So what are your like terms, Damon? And then the other the non-like term would be the +9. Now, I always start with my variables first. So Damon, what's 4F minus 6F? Nice job. -2F. And then I just bring down the +9. And what else do I bring down on my left side? Okay. Because from here you're going to, last step, solve as usual. Yep. So solve as usual. How do I get the F by itself? Cancels. -1 minus 9. Right side, I bring down -2F. How do I get the F by itself? Not plus, because the 2's touching the variable, which means divide. What kind of 2 is that? So then F equals, +5. Remember, lots of people struggle a tad bit with all the negatives and positives. So use that calculator to help you out. All right. So the opener gives you all kinds of room to check your work. We're not going to check our work. We're just going to flip it over, and we're going to look at the next one. So the next equation that we have, again, we're not going to check. We're not going to use substitution to check our answer. You guys lucked out due to time restraints. We're not going to learn that lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and solve the equation. So when I go to solve this equation, Kara, what's the first thing that I'm going to go through and do? Okay, then what? What do I do after I circle my variables, Kara? Not yet. Something really silly. Not really silly, but really easy. No. Help her out, Kaylin.
You go to rainbow.
No. Line of equality. Then we're going to simplify, which goes to distribute. So, Kiara, what am I going to distribute here?
With the first one, the 2n and the 2 and the 7, and then the second one is the -5 and the 2 and the -5.
Good. Nice job specifying. So in this particular equation, we're going to distribute twice. And I liked how she said the first one, because when you're doing math, you really want to work it from left to right. So we're going to start with the first problem that we can distribute, which she said was the 2n and then the 2 times the -7. So 2 times n is what, you guys?
2n.
And then 2 times -7.
-14.
Okay. Then the second part I'm going to distribute is what, Jaden? What's the second part I'm going to distribute? What kind of 5 is that? Yeah. So I'm going to take that -5 times 2n and get what?
10.
What type of 10?
10n.
What type of 10?
-10.
Yeah, -10n. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then -5 times -1. What do we get?
No, +5.
Positive 5. Good. And then I just go ahead and bring down my -1 on the right side. Okay. I've now distributed. David, after I distribute, what do I need to do?
You combine like 2n and the -10n.
Okay. And what's my other like terms?
-14, 14, and
You see it?
no.
So I have this underline that goes with this. I have the -14. What's another number without a variable attached to it? Yeah, the +5. So, again, we always start with the variable first. So if we start with our variable first, we're going to look at 2n minus 10n, which equals -8n. Then I'm going to combine my next like terms. Now pay attention, that's a -14 plus 5. -9. Equals, we have -1. And then we solve as usual. If I solve as usual, what do I get rid of first here? Plus 9. So I bring down my -8n equals -1 plus 9. +8. Yep. Am I done?
No.
What do I got to do next? Divide by what? What? -8. Good, Michael. Yeah. Take that negative with it. Well, would you rather have a negative amount of money or a positive amount of money? Yeah, right? So it is very different. What's 8 divided by -8? -1. You're doing so good with your negatives and positive. You just like butchered it.